Against the backdrop of the spectacular Rocky Mountains on the outskirts of Colorado Springs, home to some of our nation's best and brightest at the United States Air Force Academy. And when they're not learning to fly, they're getting ready for battles on the gridiron. We've got a terrific matchup for you today, rich in pageantry and tradition, and it ought to be a fantastic clash. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Duke Blue Devils, taking on a team from the Mountain West, the Air Force Falcons. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Falcons will kick it off to get us underway. Fielded in the end zone, it's Thomas. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So the Duke Blue Devils return team didn't help matters out much with that one. And here's the man they want to get the ball to in this passing game. This is the type of receiver, David, when he's covered, he's still open.
He's still putting that hand up in the air. Coach, I'm still open. And more importantly, his quarterback knows that. They're going to move him all over the field. They're going to feature him on offense. They're going to make sure he gets a lot of touches, whether he's open or whether he's open, because he's always open.
Got 3 on first down and 2nd and 7. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. He's past the 30. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
And how about setting the tone right there? Like, you're going to cover this guy coming across the field, get it to him early on the first drive, let him know this playmaker is going to be touching the ball early and often, and he picks up the big gain.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. The give to the back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
Now that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
Pressure coming. Caught near the sticks. It's Moore. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
And the Blue Devils are on the move. The run from the shotgun. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Murphy. Quickly complete. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
He wants to throw. He's got his man. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
Yeah, and get the ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast, and you watch, he can run away from those linebackers or safeties.
Wants to throw on first down. Going for 6. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10, 15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown, everything working perfectly. They looked like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So a drive there of 85 yards, and they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Air Force Falcons offense has the ball for the first time. First down for this offense. They'll go to the fullback. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
He's tackled at the 22-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. Pre-snap motion quarterback trying to get a read. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26.
I think you run that play on 2nd down knowing it's going to make 3rd down easy. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know 3rd down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
Facing a 3rd down and short from the 26. On the option. And the Falcons get enough to move the chains.
And David, this is where I think you could have excelled. You're a great defensive end. There's other positions you could have played. Fullback, I know, being one of them. How about that guy there picking up the first?
That's a nice job. Don't make this hard. Don't make it overly complex. We've seen the big fellas block all the time. Give him a bone, reward him. Now he'll block harder and he'll block longer in the future.
And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Yeah, and that's the hard thing about these QBs. They can move and run all over the place and give you so many options is that didn't even look like much, but he chews up so much yardage and gets those little gains that just death by 1,000 cuts that continue to happen with this offense.
On the option. Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a first down.
Well, that's just on the defense. I'm sorry. Fullbacks are not supposed to be able to rip off big runs like that. The defense, they better do a better job tackling as this game goes on.
The Falcons have this offense rolling. Got him looking run. He wants to throw. Using his feet to buy time. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
Listen, that's not going to go down as a big play, but he does a really good job turning a negative play into something positive. It's not a big gain, but it keeps you out of those negative situations that really makes you very predictable.
And here comes play number 6 of the drive. They'll try the counter. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. Looking to throw for it. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Waltzes into the end zone, but he might be dancing the other way. There's a flag on the field. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The marker rests at the 39, and that's what they need here on 3rd down. Trying to get to it. Got a man. It's Carson. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Didn't get enough to move the sticks, but enough to leave them with a decision.
And the defense did a great job understanding the sticks, rallying to the football, getting them on the ground. And you're right, Reese, 4th and short, that means decision time, or for us, green light. Go for it.
He'll ride his man on the option. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first.
That's not surprising. You're going for that every single time. 4th and inches in your opponent's territory. You're trying to get closer and closer to field goal range so you can pay this drive off by scoring points. Nice play call.
Running back goes in motion. Picks up the first down, still moving. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
Now on the option. Runs through the tackle.
And the fullback breaks off a nice gainer there. No such thing as just 3 yards in a cloud of dust with this guy. He can make people miss and get you a play.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. The give to the fullback. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
Gain of 2. 3rd down coming up.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Handoff to the fullback. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
And this offense has really gotten to a nice rhythm here on their opening drive of the game. Running the ball, getting it down now into a goal-to-go situation. They really have established a bit of a physicality here early. Let's see if they can keep that up.
And the Falcons have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. To the air, it's Busha. Makes the grab on the left. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On the move, it's Harris. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Falcons! Now that's the way to bail out the rest of the team. Start with bad field position, put together a drive anyway.
And very confident. You can see the quarterback just had a bit of a swagger, Reese. He was like, look, all right, we're starting deep in our own end. Special teams didn't help us out, but we can fix that right now, fellas. And they went out and looked so good on that last drive.
Getting set for the point after.
Is on for the extra point.
Right down the boulevard. They held the ball for 15 plays on that touchdown drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. All tied up, just about set to kick it away.
Set to kick off.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. They make the stop, and that'll bring the first quarter to a close. We played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone. He's got it on the right. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
The Blue Devils moving quickly to the line. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Fires the pass, intercepted. Takes it the other way. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Air Force. What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return.
And doing a great job in coverage. Obviously, you got to play run first as a linebacker always. That's your first thought process. But then reading the QB's eyes, breaking on the football, catching it. And then from there, it was easy. Just take it right to the house.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Now they'll run the draw. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. To the air, it's Murphy. A little screen to the running back. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the first down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And even though they got the completion, it's not enough to pick up the first. And now you're staring 4th down right in the face.
Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job, opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
On 1st and 10 from the 38. They'll ride the hot hand. Trying to impose their will on the ground as he stopped after a 5-yard pickup to the 33.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game, running the football.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Ball at the 31, 3rd and short coming, defense trying to rise up. Here comes the option. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22.
And don't complicate things. Give it to the big fella. By the way, the fullback who blocks all the time, does all the dirty work. Hand it to him. Let him plow ahead, Palmer, and get that first down.
Are we in a time warp? Like, what year is this? Is this 1995? We're handing off to fullbacks again. That's a play that is basically extinct now in college football, but I love it because it caught the defense off guard, able to get a nice one.
Brought down at the 20-yard line. Brings up second down.
The Falcons are in the red zone. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground.
And the fullbacks are just the big, burly, strong suckers. They got bloody knuckles, tape all over the place, and they're just lowering their shoulder, trying to hit you, trying to get positive yards, and it's exactly what he does on that play.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He'll be stopped short, picks up one, but they're facing 4th and 1.
Picks up one. Fourth down coming up.
No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. Sticks it in his belly. And the Falcons get enough for the first down.
And these are the plays you know exactly what you're going to get up front. The offensive line does a great job blocking. Just create a little bit of a hole, pound through that hole. That running back, they can't tiptoe, they can't dance. Run north-south and get that first down. Nice job.
The Falcons trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. The option look. He'll toss it. Pushes ahead for 2 to the 7-yard line.
It's now second and goal.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Calls his own number. And he's loose and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Falcons! That kind of speed behind center is a weapon that almost any defense will have trouble stopping.
No doubt about it, Reese. They need this guy to carry the ball at least 15 times a game because of that speed you just talked about. You just saw what this guy can do out in the open field. There's not a lot of running backs out there that have speed like he does. Man, what a weapon.
They'll try to add another to their lead.
For the extra point.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That touchdown drive covered 61 yards. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. Through his hands and incomplete. He normally makes that catch every time. It's 2nd down.
Ooh, there's an example, Jesse, of a receiver making his quarterback look bad. Most of the time, make it look good and cover up for him. All those balls y'all don't throw online, but that would hit him in a pretty good spot. He needs to come down with that one.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
A lot of times it's hard to see those linebackers coming down late and blitzing through a gap. The offense did a really nice job getting a hat on a hat, blocking up front so the running back could get some positive yards.
This is where you make the money on the drives. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker.
Brings up 4th down.
And the Blue Devils line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. On the return, it's Harris. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Give to the fullback. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
Mark down at the 39-yard line. Second down coming up.
After trying the running game on first down, they come to the line on second down. The back goes in motion. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
Tackle is made at the 42. Brings up third down.
Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's third and short. On the option. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. And the Falcons will have it first and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but, man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores.
Touchdown, Duke! Reeled it in and just made the house call. Big-time touchdown there to get some much-needed momentum.
You got to find something, right? Who you going to go to make that big play to get you back into it? You're not back in it yet. It's not tied. You're not there yet, but you're starting to inch back into it and get some momentum going.
He'll try to tack on one more.
For the extra point.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that.
14.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw at this drive.
After the misfire, now on second down. To the air, it's Busha. Throwing right. He's got it. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
Well, there's a great example of the receiver working back to his quarterback on the curl route against man coverage. He drives back towards the football, makes the catch, and gets the first down.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Looking to move it through the air. Escapes the sack. And a little too much adrenaline on that throw. Never gave his receiver a chance. And here comes the offense on second down. They want to just keep throwing it. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Wide receiver now comes in motion. On third down, going up top. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be fourth down.
And offensively, we know it's hard throwing the ball in third and long situations because the defense can play big zone coverages. They got a lot of guys with their eyes on you, so the QB had no shot there. Nobody open. Nice job not forcing it, not risking a turnover, just throwing it away.
The Falcons will send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. Gets it out fast. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. After the short completion, it's now second down. Back to pass, it's Murphy. Receiver looks it in, it's complete.
I love playing man-to-man defense, and I love getting up in your kitchen and jamming you at the line of scrimmage, but it's really hard when they start running these crossing routes and drags and ends because now I'm in chase mode, and the QB has a little bit of space a lot of times, and those fast guys can create some separation and get a first down like they did there.
Looking to throw on third. They're trying to get to it. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half.
We're only in the first half already. This guy's got 2 TD passes, so you could see the defensive coaching staff on the sideline telling this D-line, guys, we got to get after this guy. We have to affect his rhythm and not let him be so comfortable back there. Right there, they were able to get after him. Let's see if they can keep it up.
They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Off-play action on first down. On target. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half.
I love the job by the receiver there on the curl route against zone coverage because he finds the soft spot, but he also does a nice job coming back to the football, and it's not easy. When your quarterback's got a cannon like this guy does, and he's throwing a bullet at you, there's a lot of guys that would be hesitant and they would want to wait for the ball. Not this guy. He went and attacked it and secured the catch.
QBs like this are so hard to defend. They know what you're doing, and they're getting the ball out fast. They knew they had the corner route. Take advantage. Hit it right now.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. He'll come out throwing on first down. The sure hands, it's Carson. Brought down at the 25-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup, and this offense is threatening. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. Good, right down the boulevard. And now the lead is extended a little further. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. From inside the 10, here he comes. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, we wondered all week how this one was going to play out, and through 2 quarters of ball, the answer is like a good old-fashioned barn burner. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on third down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those two stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there in Colorado Springs.
The Blue Devils will kick it off to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. If it's working, why change it? And that ball's free behind the line. He's got the ball, and he'll try to pick up a few.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Let's see how much they can get on 2nd and 9 from the 20. They'll run the option. Looks as if he'll get it up to about the 14-yard line.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical. They wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
Well, this defense knew they had to get off to a fast start here in the second half. They're trailing by a bunch of points right now on the scoreboard. They needed to make something positive happen early, and on the very first drive, they get a sack on 3rd down, looking to get the ball back to their offense here.
And the Falcons will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. Now a fair catch is called for and made just shy of midfield. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Pulls and throws off the RPO. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6. And the Blue Devils want to crank the tempo. The give to the tailback. And he's almost to that 1st down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the 1st down. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. He'll keep it himself. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33.
It must have been a brutal week for this defense preparing for this game because of all the different ways they can attack you and because of how athletic this quarterback is and how he can hurt you running the football. He just showed it to you right there.
The Blue Devils will snap it on 1st and 10. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
2nd down coming up. Finds his tight end. Made a defender miss. He finally goes out of bounds after the explosive play, but now the question is, did the official see something to bring it back? The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Looking to throw, it's Murphy. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
But the defense was obviously ready for that play. They've obviously been watching film. They know that that pass play is one of the bread and butter plays this offense has, so nice job defending it.
I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Grab behind the line. It's Harvey. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
Nice job by the defense there on 3rd and long, just sitting back and keeping everything in front of them. They give up an easy completion, but because they were able to rally and make the tackle, now they set up 4th.
Here comes the field goal unit. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out.
That makes the score Air Force 24, Duke 17.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
Oh, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
And on 2nd down for this offense. Goes to the option. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Well, that was just like trying to run through a traffic jam. No place for the big fella to go.
Yeah, that's the whole key, Reese. You can't let the big fella get some steam. So you got to stop him in his tracks right away. The only way you do that is with penetration up front.
Looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 28. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Running with power. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Give to the fullback. Oh, it gives him the tough stiff arm. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
And the fullbacks, you know, usually are typically in there to block, right? Those are the big, strong guys that usually lead the way for the running back, but occasionally you slip it to them, and you probably don't do it too much and don't make a living off it, but when you get a nice little chunk like this, maybe you find another way to give him the football.
Oh, sick, nasty move, and he's loose. The Falcons get enough for the first down.
Well, short yardage situation, they decide to go with the toss play. A nice job up front, getting a little bit of push. That's all they needed to get that first.
This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play? Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Now the pitch. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
And the Falcons with the 1st and 10. They'll run the option. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
On the play. Brings up 2nd down.
Line getting set on 2nd down. Scanning the field, it's Busha. Gets it out quickly. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
I like the play call on offense. I like you trying to get the running back involved in the pass game, too. Defense was ready for that one. Let's see what you've got dialed up on third.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Caught behind the line. It's Harris. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
I know that was 3rd down, and I know the quarterback's trying to be careful. You don't want to be too greedy, but he had guys open downfield. I think if he had been a little bit more patient and been a little bit more willing to let the play develop, I think he could have converted that with a throw vertically down the field. Instead, he got lazy, checked it down to his running back, and now they're setting up 4th down.
And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now they moved the ball down the field and executed like they...
Brings it in down the left side. He's loose. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
And, man, is that perfect timing. You could tell quarterback drops back. He sees his guy, and he knows he's open. But watch the throw. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the breadbasket. Nice play, nice pitch and catch.
He did a nice job at getting it up in the air early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough grab. That is the definition of an explosive play.
PAT unit on the field. And they did make the extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the 3rd. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. OC, quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
On the option. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Looking downfield, it's Busha. Unloads to the right, and they can't make the connection on 3rd down.
Coming up, 4th down.
The Falcons will try to pin them back with the punt. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Running it back, it's Shelton. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk, and on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Caught close to the marker, it's Moore. Tackled, but he has a 1st down. They fought tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. We've swapped sides of the field, and we are ready for the finish as the fourth quarter gets underway. Off the play fake on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Moore. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Picked up some yardage with that completion, now second down. Handoff from the shotgun. Across the 25, he's got room. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
Pulls it in, it's Moore. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Back to throw, it's Murphy. He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown, Duke! They move on top here in the fourth. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays, and they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. On the option. Bulls his way forward. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
I tell you what, with this kind of success on the ground, I think you two knuckleheads can call plays. I mean, that's how easy it is for this offense right now. They got the ground game working. It's really easy. Now you can open up for other things, but you guys could even try your hand because they're dominating right now.
He'll ride his man on the option. Still running at the 40. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
Those fullbacks are grown men. Those guys are constantly hitting linebackers and blocking the whole entire game. So when you get a chance to give the big boy the ball, it's always, and you know what it is? It's a morale boost for everybody on the whole field. Everybody gets jacked up, and he finally gets to touch the football.
That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for a whole length of a game.
They make the stop, but not before the screen has hit them for a first down and much more. Really good execution by this offense. And the Falcons come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Now on the option.
The ball carries by 4. Gain of 3. Brings up second down.
So after the first down run, here's second down. Here comes the option. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
When you're running up the middle, you got so many big boys on the inside. When you run this toss out wide, it's nice because you get away from all the beef. You get to get on the perimeter, make some of those little guys make some tackles out wide. The running back really appreciates when you give him some tosses.
Most important part of a clutch drive, piece together some first downs, get in position, and here they are on 1st and 10. Quick strike complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking to throw, it's Busha. Fires to the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Air Force!
And that's why this running back is so dangerous. It's not just handing him off the football, but he's a weapon in the passing game. You see his ability to catch it, turn upfield, make people miss, and find the end zone.
Lining up to add another.
On for the extra point.
And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the fourth. So an 82-yard drive there, and the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. We've got a dandy going here, all tied up in the fourth quarter and about to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. Looking for room, it's Thomas. Good surge up front, give him 4 out to the 18. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Got his man to the left. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. And with that one, he's now over 3 bills for the game.
And there's 2 reasons why, Reese. He's made good decisions, and he's been accurate throwing the football all game long.
And the Blue Devils want to pick up the tempo. From the gun, running back on the move. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
They're trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Back to throw, it's Murphy. He makes the connection. Stumbled to the ground. Using him out of the slot, he has just been unstoppable.
And I love putting dynamic athletes in the slot that I can move around, that I can put in motion, that I can make him go in or out. I can put him off the ball so you can't get hands on him, and they've really featured this guy today.
They'll throw on 3rd and short. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmy.
than to try that too often.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be leaving here with an out.
Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Caught in the backfield, it's Harris. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there, 3rd and long coming up.
He's brought down at the 38. Brings up 3rd down.
I think you got to try to win it here. Don't run the risk of going to overtime. Here's the handoff. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
Man, a lot of times when you blitz that linebacker, it's about timing. You don't show your hand, and he gets up to the line of scrimmage, gets right through the line, and makes the tackle for a loss.
And as soon as the running back gets the football, he's got a face full of linebacker.
Not much you can do there. Like, you got to have a little better block. You got to identify that blitz a little bit faster by the offensive line.
Man, this guy has an absolute bomb for a leg. You see the contact? It just sounded different. It sounded like an explosion coming off of his foot, puts it through the uprights. There's NFL teams watching this game. They're jotting down this dude's name right now because that is an NFL Sunday leg.
They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. So the first order of business here, David, is don't knock yourself out of field goal range.
Correct. Don't take the sack. Don't get a negative play. But if I can be aggressive, Palmer, I'm still trying to go to the end zone to get the immediate dub.
And take as much pressure off of your kicker as you possibly can. You just got to wonder what he's thinking right now. Lots of pressure on him.
Quick completion on the out route. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. Timeout called by the offense. 23 seconds remaining in the game. Comes out throwing on first down. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. And they are coming out for what will be a huge field goal attempt. Defense uses a timeout. The clock stops with 17 seconds left. And this to lock things up late. And they'll send out the field goal unit. Field goal is good. And that will tie the game here in the final minute of play.
Man, that is a massive field goal. So much pressure on him. With just a couple of seconds left here in the game, he knocks it through the uprights. It looks like this thing's going into overtime as long as your defense does not completely screw this thing up.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. They'll power it inside with the fullback. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play. They'll use the timeout, 6 seconds left on the clock. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. He's looking to throw it. Lofts one high and deep. It's incomplete, and the clock strikes 0, and we are headed to overtime. Well, guys, let's play some more. Headed to overtime.
And this just feels right. Both of these teams going back and forth. So, of course, David, this thing needs to get decided in OT.
Let's see who's better. Short amount of time to do it. A couple possessions, probably, maybe one possession each. Who's the better team?
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer. Like, you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the third overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
The option look. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground.
And they say a quarterback's best friend is a good run game and a good running back. I think he agrees. Over 150 yards on the day. I don't even think I need a quarterback the way he's been running the football all game long.
The Falcons will snap it on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. He finds his man. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Going with the counter play here.
Well, good call by the defense there. They dialed up blitz into that running play, and the linebacker able to make the stop.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. To throw, it's Busha. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Falcons! And they grab the lead here in overtime.
And it's a nice toss in the back of the end zone. Give your receiver a chance to make a play. And you can tell he knew exactly where he was, got those tippy toes right down, inbounds for the touchdown reception.
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And they take another look at the play with the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. He wants to throw. Looking down the middle. He caught it. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. If you like the stats, and I know you do, he's over 400 yards passing now.
Yeah, if they win this game, he's getting a game ball. There's no doubt about it. This guy has been on fire from the very start of this football game. He's just been throwing bullets all over the field.
Going for 6. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And it's so hard to play defense nowadays. You got to strike zone where you can hit people. You get flagged for targeting. You get flagged for pass interference. That was beautiful. Great job in the end zone, making it a hard window to throw into. And when he caught it, making him feel you.
Working that left side now. Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up and in great position here.
Yeah, and that was tough on the DB, right? He's trying to cover the receiver on a drag route, running back over the middle of the field. You're trying to avoid all of the linebackers, all of the congestion. He just couldn't stay with them long enough, and as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
Looking for the score. Touchdown, Blue Devils. They got the score now to see if they go for the win or the tie.
Obviously very hard to complete passes this area of the field. Nice execution. Now you're down by 1, and now you got to make the decision. Are we going to go for it and try to end the game right here and put this game in our offense's hands? What do you think?
And that's why I love having the ball second, because I get the opportunity to do this. I knew they scored a touchdown. We scored a touchdown. Now, do I want to go for the win, or do I want to continue this game on? It's so nice to have the ball second.
This is like that 2-foot putt. They still need to make it to force another overtime. And they tacked on the extra point.
Extra point is good. That ties the game.
Now first down here in the second overtime. Trying to find his man on first down. Gets open down the middle. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Now on second down. Back to pass, it's Murphy. Firing to the right, complete. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a first and goal from the 10.
You know, you're seeing in college football now with spread offense and tempo and air raid, we're seeing more and more 400-yard days, but I can't remember the last time I've seen one look as impressive as this guy has played today, David. He has been on fire.
And it's so annoying now because all the quick game is so good, and then you take shots when you get matchups, and you see tight ends now that move like wide receivers and running backs that move like receivers. There's so many ways that quarterbacks can hurt you now, and he showed all of it today.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. It's complete to the left. And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
They've got a little work to do here on third and goal in overtime. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Duke. That score gives them the lead here in the second overtime.
I tell you what, when you give me that kind of effort, I'm going to find you more often. What a layout. QB throws the football a little bit in front of him, had to dive and go make the catch. He lays out, secures the catch through the ground. Remember, got to catch it all the way through the ground. Nice effort by that receiver there.
Second overtime, and they'll have to go for 2. Dropping back, it's Murphy. Can't do it better than that. The 2-point conversion is good, and the lead is 8.
And makes the score. Duke, 49. Air Force, 41.
Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab. Touchdown, Air Force. They got one score they needed. Now they need the deuce to send us to triple OT.
It's so challenging to stop the middle of the field passes deep down. You stretch me in these zones. I got to run with you in man. It's always a good idea to run those deep posts, and you could tell they saw it all the way. Receiver, quarterback on same page, gets the big touchdown.
They've got to get it in on the 2-point try to force a third overtime. Pre-snap motion quarterback trying to get a read. He got it. 2-point try is good, and we'll keep playing football in triple overtime. And now it's all 2-point conversion attempts from here on out. On the option. Tremendous execution to get the 2, and now they turn up the heat. Now they'll have to respond with a 2 of their own. From the gun. He's got the tight end. He will be stopped short. The 2-point conversion attempt is no good, and their bid to tie also goes by the boards. They're still down 2.